morning. It is day 21. I am feeling extremely tired. That's okay. I don't know if y'all felt this full moon energy, but it hit me hard last night. I think peak was actually a day ago, but man, I was really feeling it last night. Just that wired but tired. I was so tired, but I just couldn't shut everything off. And the buzzing in the body. Whew. I think I dozed off. I remember seeing 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Finally got out of bed at midnight. Went outside, felt the moon just calling me. I'm like, okay, where are you at? Found it outside my front door, like a giant spotlight, just beaming down. And I'm like, yeah, you got a lot to say up there, don't you? Lots of energy. So the topic today is going to be about the moon and the energy. Okay, so what am I talking about when I say moon energy? Well, it is said, science shows, that the moon affects the tides, right? It affects the water. It makes it rise and come back. And we are made of mostly water. What, 70-80% water? Therefore, the moon affects the water within us. It affects ourselves. And I mean, there's no secret that when there's a full moon, you know, doctors and nurses will talk about it all the time. It feels like all hell breaks loose, right? People start acting all crazy, the ERs fill up. And this has a lot to say about what the moon is doing to the body. And so last night, or 12 o'clock this morning, I thought, you know, I really would like to understand more about the moon's phases, because I do believe that the cycles and the phases that the moon is going through is the same cycle and phases that we're going through. And the moon affects us emotionally. It makes us up and down, up and down. And I think if we understood it a little better, we would understand ourselves a little bit better. So I'm going to talk about the phases of the moon, and maybe it'll relate or resonate with you as it did for me. So let's just start with the full moon, which is what we are coming out of right now. And there is way deeper we could go based on the astrology, like we just had the full moon in Scorpio, which makes a difference. But I'm just going to talk about just the basics of the phases. So being in a full moon, and each phase lasts approximately to 3.5, 4 days, depending on the calendar. So the full moon, think of it as it's the biggest, it's the brightest, it's the most illuminating, right? And so that's what it does to us. It illuminates us. It shines on us. It brings forward into light, possibly energizing, like motivational things, but it can also bring to light things that we need to work on, things that need to be seen and dealt with. And so that kind of energy comes up in the full moon, especially with our emotions, which is why I think we see people go a little bit crazy during a full moon. It also messes with the circadian rhythm. It causes us to be to stay up later and to not sleep as well. It can make you a little restless, which that's exactly what was happening to me last night. So that's just something to consider during the full moon, is what is being shown to me, what is being brought to my awareness and my attention. And you know, I don't mean for it to always seem like it's negative, because it's not. It could just be shining the light on something, you know, that maybe you're really, really passionate about, and it's really showing up and really coming forward right now. So that's the energy that we deal with during a full moon. Okay, so our next moon cycle is the waning gibbous, and that's what we're in right now. So this is when we're starting to come out of the full moon. And so you look at the moon, it's like it's almost full, but you got a little bit of it kind of cut off. And that's what we're beginning right now. The waning gibbous is where we kind of reflect on what the full moon just showed us. And we might be questioning, we might be asking, like, what did the moon show me? Or what am I seeing within myself that's coming up right now? And then we process. We might integrate with it. We might need to sit with it for the next couple of days and just feel into it. And so this can also create an energy of feeling tired, like I feel now. It's where you might just feel a little bit of tiredness or brain fog, because your body is processing, your body is integrating, and so it can feel a little bit of like a little bit of a heaviness that you might be working through. The next phase is the last quarter moon, which confused me at first because this is actually when you see half of the moon, but it's because it's in the last quarter of its phase, not because of what you see. And so here we are beginning to know what we've just processed, and we let go because we're fading, right? The light is fading and we're starting to release and let go of what no longer serves us, and let go of maybe what we no longer need. This leads us into the waning crescent. This is when we see that nice little crescent moon. And here, it's kind of like that final exhale, that final stage of, like, I've seen what it is, I've worked through it, I'm beginning to let it go, and now it's like I release you, or I surrender to, you know, what I need to let go of, or whatever's coming in for me. And we finally begin to let it all go. And we might feel emotional in this area. We might feel fatigue again, you know, because you just went through a lot. And so during those 3 or 4 days might be a day where you're quiet, or you're processing emotions, or you're wanting to, I don't know, just feel like you don't want to be too social, or you want to be alone. And so I just find this very interesting, because if I look at the patterns of my day to day, I know that, you know, we feel like we're up and we're down, and we're up and we're down. And if you can check in with yourself on how you're feeling, and then check in with, well, what's the moon doing right now? I feel like we're going to be able to kind of match things up and give ourselves a little bit of grace for the emotions and the feelings and the things that we're going through. So now we're in the new moon, and the new moon is basically complete darkness. Okay, this is absolutely when we go completely inward, into stillness, into the womb, into the, you know, what are we going to create, right? Let it settle into that stillness, and just kind of get prepared for the new birth of you. Whatever you are working on, or whatever you're let going of, is now brewing in the womb, and you're going to start to notice a difference as you're coming out of it. That brings us to the waxing crescent, where the light begins to start to peak again, and we have that crescent moon again, but now the light is coming in instead of going away. So we're starting to come out of the womb, we're starting to come out of the cocoon, and we're beginning to feel inspired. We're beginning to feel like we want to take a little bit of action. It's like we're getting up, we're making the coffee, we're thinking about it. Things are brewing, and you're starting to slowly begin to get into ideas and action around whatever you were just brewing on. Then we begin that first quarter moon. Jeez, look at the sky. I think we're about to get hit with a storm. But we look at that first quarter moon, right? So now we are that half moon phase of the light coming in, and we're really feeling more like now we're out the door, right? We've had the coffee, we've brewed on it for a while, we're ready to get into action, and we are out the door, moving things forward, moving the energy forward, making decisions, getting things done. So now we're into the waxing gibbous, which is just before the full moon hits again. And we have a lot of energy at this point. We have a lot of momentum. We're in action. And I just really want you to kind of think about that, how there are times throughout the month where you're like, man, I just feel like I got this, and I know what I'm doing, and I have clarity, and I'm just pushing forward. Check the moon cycle and just see if it just happens to be during this time that you're feeling very empowered and feeling very energetic, motivated, and maybe starting to get to that point where it's like feeling a little antsy, and like I might not be able to sleep well because my mind is in action, and I'm just feeling kind of buzzy and energized because we're coming back into that full moon where everything is going to get lit up again, and we're going to be in full force, and the light's going to be shining on us, and we're going to reflect. And we do this with the moon over and over every single month. And I just, when I got up this morning and sat with the moon and asked it, like, what do you want me to know? This is what I heard. I'm a reflection of you. And what I also heard is to honor it. You know, I give gratitude to the moon and for everything that does, but honor what it's doing to you. I mean, if you think about it, we have to release, consistently release. Could you imagine if we didn't? And whether you know it or not, you're releasing. But yeah, we have to love ourselves through this process that we go through every single month, so the ups and the downs. It's about honoring yourself. It's about loving yourself, all parts of you. Anyway, I really hope this message helps you guys today. I know that it was important that I understood the moon phases, and yeah, maybe it will help some of you. I'm gonna go find a spot to pull a card for us, see what message we have today. I think I forgot to mention where I was, but I am back at Boulevard Park this morning because Stacy and I and a couple other girls, we're having our Monday morning manifestation meeting. We do this monthly. Usually we do it at the Chakra Healing Room, but we have been called to come to the park and do it. So we're gonna go into this pavilion and have our meeting today, which is why I'm back here walking this beautiful park again. All right, here we go. I found a good spot in the park. I'm gonna pull a card from my Align With Your Magic Oracle deck that I created. It is available if you are interested. Also, I do personal readings, so if you want me to pull some cards for you, just find my links to do so, or send me a message. Okay, what is the message for us today? What does Spirit want us to know? Hold, please. Ooh. All right, acceptance. If you're receiving this message today, this is about once you can accept who you are, where you are, what you've done, what you've been through, the decisions that you've made, who you've become right here, right now in this moment. That, my dear friends, is the key. Because when we can't accept things, then we're burying emotions of like the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and maybe I shouldn't have done this, and maybe I should have done that, and what if I would have done this, and what if I would have done that? And that does us no good, because that's all in the past. We have to become present right here, right now. So just accept all the decisions that you've made, everything that you've been through, accept the journey that brought you to this point, good or bad, and just release that and let it go. Okay, and if you watched my video prior to this, I'm talking about the phases of the moon in that video, and how we are in the waning gibbous right now, which is the full moon just illuminated everything that's showing up that needs to be released right now. And now we're in the process of like having to be aware of it, reflect upon it, ask, what are you trying to show me that I need to release? So if there is something heavily weighing on you right now, and it's something that you cannot change because it already happened, let it go. Accept it. Accept that this is where you are. Now, if there's something that you can do about it, then do it. If you need to talk to somebody, apologize to somebody, forgive somebody, forgive yourself, whatever you need to do, accept it and move on. Okay, that is the key, to just move on and let go. All right, I hope this message helps you today. I'm gonna get ready for my morning meditation with the girls. Please just remember to have some grace for yourself. Okay, the energy has been strong, and just kind of go within, grab a journal, ask the moon, what are you trying to show me? Give yourself some grace and some love. Don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Okay, here we are. We're doing our little meditation, the three of us, and we got a little setup I just wanted to share. So Stacy has put some oracle cards out with some crystals, and what are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about Mother Earth. We feel like Mother Earth is calling us. We've been really feeling it very strong. I've been getting messages. I know Leslie's been getting messages. So yeah, we're just here to talk about what is it that Mother Earth wants from us. We are so ready to serve, and we've been ready to serve whatever it is, and we feel like Mother Earth is calling.
And how do we do that? What are we about to do?
We're about to connect. We're about to
grab a journal.
Grabbing a journal. We've kind of sat here for a while.
Hi, Carol.
We've sat here for a while. We're just going to connect to nature. We're going to connect to the land. We're going to take some deep breaths. We're going to feel into whatever we feel is happening out here, whatever we hear, whatever we sense. We're going to journal. We're going to see what Mother Earth wants to tell us this morning. And the thunder is rumbling. Right?
We're going to listen to this thunder and hope that it stays behind us.
Yes, yes. It's going to be beautiful. So, yeah.
Okay, let's do it and see what comes up. I guess that's it for today. And see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day.